Muslims have admitted that their strategy is to convert the whole world into Muslims. They send peaceful Muslims into a country to give the impression that they are no threat. Then they populate in masses. One man will have 7 or 8 wives living in different homes in one neighborhood. They each collect welfare benefits, saying the children's father is not around, even though all of the money goes back to him. He provides just enough for the women and children to barely get by, while he lives very well. Before you know it, they populate and overtake neighborhoods and then cities until they control the town council, implementing their preferences and practices, like call to prayer and Sharia law. Infiltrating Congress and state representative seats. Where does it end? Why doesn't everyone see it? To make a point, I will give you a short list with places and dates, so you can research any or all of these on your own. The biggest source of violence in the world is from Muslims trying to govern with their religion against everyone who isn't Muslim, so they justify it. No other religion justifies violence against others simply because they practice another religion. These Muslims are following their Sharia law. They are not terrorists in their eyes. Here are just a few documented examples. 1. Pakistan. What happened? 16 Aug 2023. Jaranwala, Punjab. Huge mob, mobilized from mosques over a blasphemy accusation, burned at least 17 churches and scores of Christian homes. 2023 to 24-25. Repeated violence, legal pressure, and mob action against Christians, Hindus, and especially Ahmadis. UK Parliament and US reporting both say Christians, Hindus, Ahmadis, and Shia Muslims face widespread discrimination and violence. Why it fits, religiously framed, often mosque-amplified, Muslims targeting non-Muslim or non-proper Muslim minorities. 2. Afghanistan. What happened? ISIS-K has kept up its pattern of attacking Shia, Sufi, and other deviant minority targets under a hardline Sunni frame. Taliban rule itself sharply restricts people who don't follow their version of Islam. HRW in March 2025 said religious minorities and others are under serious threat. Extremist Sunni actors against Shia, Sufi, non-Muslim targets, openly religious. 3. Iran. What happened? Thursday, John 2024, Kerman. Twin suicide bombings at a Shia ceremony for Qasem Soleimani, ISIS-K claimed it. Sunni extremist group hitting a Shia religious event inside a Shia majority state. 4. Turkey. What happened? 28 John 2024, Istanbul, Santa Maria Catholic Church. 2 ISIS-linked gunmen attacked Sunday worship, killing 1. Turkey later rolled up the IS planner. Christian place of worship targeted by jihadists. 5. Russia. What happened? 22. Summer 2024, Crocus City, Hall, Moscow region. Mass casualty ISIS-K attack. ISIS said it was them. It was a civilian concert, so the target wasn't Christian as such, but the perpetrators were the same transnational jihadist current hitting Shia in Iran and churches in Turkey. Keep it on the list as part of the same network's campaign, same ISIS-K infrastructure operating on religious extremist ideology. 6. Iraq. And 7. Syria. What happened? CENTCOM logged 153 ISIS claims in Iraq, Syria in just June 2024, way up from 2023. These attacks routinely frame Shia, security forces, and apostates as legitimate targets. USCIRF's 2024 Iraq brief still treats ISIS as a live threat to Christians, Yazidis, and Shia, even if numbers are smaller than 2014. ISIS still prosecutes a religious war narrative. 8. Nigeria. What happened? Boko Haram and ISWAP continued attacking civilians, including Christians, in the northeast Lake Chad Basin over 2024-25. Nigeria is still rated current crisis. Why it fits? Both groups justify killing on jihadists, Western education is forbidden religious grounds, and treat Christian communities as legitimate targets. 9. Niger, Chad, North Cameroon. What happened? Same Boko Haram, ISWAP network that operates from Nigeria is also active in Chad, Niger, northern Cameroon, and Mali. That means villages and Christian communities in those border areas fall under the same religiously framed violence. Same actors, same ideology, same 24-month window. 10. Burkina Faso. What happened? HRW and Reuters in 2024 documented jihadist retaliatory attacks on civilians who wouldn't join them. Al-Qaeda, JNIM, and ISGS components. These groups are explicitly jihadist. 2024-25 policy papers on the Sahel show jihadist violence increasing, not shrinking. Jihadist groups enforcing their brand of Islam and punishing communities they tag as collaborating or impure. 11. Mali. What happened? The same Al-Qaeda-aligned JNIM that's in Burkina is active in Mali. Civilians have been killed, and the ideology is the same. Sahel trackers tie it straight to violent jihadism. Same religious extremist current. 12. Somalia, and 13. Kenya, cross-border. What happened? Al-Shabaab, an Al-Qaeda affiliate, is still one of the most lethal jihadist outfits, hitting government, peacekeepers, and at times Christian Kenyan targets. Activity in Kenya ticked up again in mid-2024. Movement is openly about enforcing its version of Islamic rule. 14. Mozambique, Cabo Delgado. What happened? ISIS Mozambique, Ansar al-Sunnah, resurged in 2024. HRW and the Sufan Center both note civilians, often Christian, being attacked or displaced. Explicitly jihadist insurgency that has repeatedly singled out Christian villages. 15. Democratic Republic of the Congo, Eastern. And 16. Uganda, spillover. What happened? The ADF Islamic State, Central Africa Province carried out church bombings, midnight vigil massacres, and beheadings of Christians through 2024-25. Kamanda, Kasanga, and earlier church attacks are all inside or just at the edge of your 24-month window. EU and EP docs in 2025 say flat out, targeted attacks against Christians in the DRC. Uganda side, the same IS-linked ADF killed 42 people in the 16 June 2023 Mpondwe school attack. Your 24 months starts right after that, so it's the baseline. And Open Doors notes ongoing Muslim mob attacks on converts in eastern Uganda. Attackers are ISIS-aligned and pick Christians on purpose. 17. Pakistan, Ahmadi focus. Ahmadis are legally declared non-Muslim and are attacked by Muslims on religious grounds. We have 2025 reporting on an Ahmadi man killed right after Friday prayers. How to read this core, no doubt religious motive. Pakistan, Iran, Turkey, church attack. Eastern DRC, ADF, Mozambique, Cabo Delgado, parts of Nigeria, Lake Chad. Religious plus insurgent mixed. Afghanistan, ISIS-K versus Taliban versus minorities. Sahel Trio, Burkina, Mali, Niger, Somalia, Kenya, Nigeria broader conflict. Network spillover, Russia, Crocus, because it's the same ISIS-K machine hitting Shia in Iran. This is in the name of their religion, whether they appear peaceful or not. They all worship the same Quran and they each play their parts. If they gain control, and I quote, you have three choices. You convert to Muslim, you pay jizya, a tax charge to non-Muslims, or you fight, which is what you will be forced to do when you can no longer pay jizya. If you fight and lose, you will become a slave or executed. I would give anything to be there the day that a Muslim offers those three choices in America. They will realize they haven't leveled up enough to bring that stuff here.